Yeah, today's gonna be a good day, right, Adam Rice?
It is.
How did we do yesterday? We win the day.
We won the day.
Yeah, good numbers last night,
Yeah,
huh?
Fort Mill's hit Fort Mill, I believe, has hit 5 or 6 days in a row. So they had a little leadership / performance thing. I always love to see how teams, if you notice, because Carrie, you get the nightly text.
Yeah.
They lost 5 days in a row.
Ooh.
And I always love to see how teams respond after losing a day, losing 2 days, how leadership responds, and if they can hop right back on track. And because again, I believe if something, if a result is happening and nothing's being said, then it's pretty much being communicated that it's okay.
Right. I learned in another life that if it happens twice, it's a trend. And two is a really, really small trend. But if it happens 2 times, that's a trend. You need to course correct. You need to take action right away.
Yeah. So it's exciting to see them course correct and get back on it.
So what do? Do you throw them like a pizza party or something in the end?
No, their compensation is connected to it. They can throw them. They can.
Forget the pizza party. We made a business decision and just tie their compensation to how successful they are. Perfect. I love it. He points to the win the day shirt. Awesome. Well, today the topic of conversation is the workout, right? And what makes ISI's workout unique. So before we get into that, a couple of unique things about ISI in general is every single performance coach that we have on the floor in the facility has a third-party certification. So whether that's PT or group training, we're talking NASM, ACE, accepting CrossFit One certifications. Our coaches are credible. They're legitimate. They've got a third-party cert before they even walk in and lead a session. We give them the ability to creatively and dynamically set up each individual session. So every hour that you go in there, you're gonna experience something different within a couple of parameters. And Adam will correct me if I'm wrong, but Monday and Thursday, those are the days you want to skip. Those are legs day. All right. Tuesday and Friday, those are upper body, and Wednesday and Saturday are core and cardio. Sunday is coach's choice. The coaches always choose, in my experience, the coaches always choose to do legs day on Sunday because they know that if I'm in the session that I'm going to skip Monday and Thursday. And then within those parameters, we break it down into a rotational workout. Adam, you wanna talk about that?
Yeah. So what the way our workouts are kind of modeled is, we're a little different when it comes down to well, first off, our philosophy is called ABT. So a lot of people ask what that means. It means athletic-based training, and really athletic-based training has been around for years. And the philosophy behind it is, with being a former athlete, is athletes are typically the most functional human beings with the lowest percent of body fat. They're the most balanced and the most mobile / flexible people collectively in our population. So why not train like an athlete, whether you're an athlete or not? And, that's not to scare anybody, because we've got people that are 300 pounds. We've got people that never played a sport in their life. But it doesn't mean that we can't train like that under modified conditions for every fitness level. And so with that being said, the workouts, they always start the same. So it's a dynamic warm up, and what we have across the brand is sweat, right? So you should be sweating before the warm up ends, typically 5 to 6 minutes in length. Then our core workout is roughly 35 to 40 minutes in length, and that's what we call blocks. So what's cool about it is, like, we have a lot of agility in how we can model the workout, and we give our coaches a lot of flexibility. So what I like to call the closed hand and open hand policy is closed hand, hey, Monday's leg day. Open hand, how you implement and execute that as a coach, be creative and make sure that it falls under the guidelines of athletic-based training and what we do at ISI. So meaning, you're not going to have a Zumba leg day. It's going to be an ISI leg day. And, So when you go into, no matter what location you go into across the country, it's going to be leg day on Monday, but the workout's going to be different. And the reason for that is we don't want to turn our coaches into robots. And so, that there's a benefit to having one workout for the brand in every location, for sure. Consistency, understand that. But also at the same time, it's very, very important to me that we don't unempower our coaches and just turn them into robots implementing a workout from corporate. We want them to take ownership and accountability in their workouts. We want them to take pride in their workouts, and we want them to be implementing and executing workouts that fall into their strengths, to where, some coach is going to be better on the mic and they're going to be able to do a 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off with high energy. Another coach, may not be as strong on the mic and they're going to do more of a rep set. It doesn't really matter. It's always confusion, and it's, again, allowing our coaches to take ownership and accountability in the workouts, and they're always 50 minutes in length.
Yeah, and I can't speak to that enough. I mean, I obviously, as you know, I own a boutique fitness concept up here in Manhattan. It's a kickboxing studio, and frequently I'll have conversation with my staff who are just like yours, very highly functioning, very, very talented individuals. But I'm getting the conversation of, excuse me, hey, Carrie, I've taught this session 3 or 4 times, and it's just not challenging us anymore. Or the session is not challenging to the members, and there's no way to enhance that or to know who's coming into that session and make it any better, because our goal is to follow the parameters that the franchise set in line. Whereas I'm very impressed by the ability that you've had to be able to flip the script on this and do so within the confines of an equipment package that we haven't even talked about. That's only $24,000 all in.
Yeah.
So we're talking about very, very low amounts of equipment. We're not talking about anything that plugs in or has mechanical moving parts. And the coaches are trained on it, and they have the accessibility to learn and work within those to support that functional body movement.
Yeah, I think it's why, we're getting a lot of coaches coming over. I mean, we're not even really actively recruiting them, or, wouldn't do that. But we're just naturally getting a flow of coaches from other big boutique fitness brands coming over to ISI and wanting to be a part of what we're doing. And I think that's a huge component of it is, they're very smart, intelligent, with an exercise science degree, and they want to take ownership in their workouts. And so, as we grow and scale, fully understand that that's going to be something that we have to have a pulse on, to maintain brand consistency. So we know it, a year from now, a year and a half from now, if we're continuing to do the same way we're doing today, it's going to be an issue. So we're already, forecasting into how do we maintain consistency and integrity of the workout and the brand, but still allow the coaches the freedom and flexibility. And so we're working on some things already internally on that to make sure we're staying ahead of it before it ever becomes an issue.
Right. But right now, what we're doing is obviously on the way out of every single session, every member gets hit through their cell phone, through the MindBody application. And we ask for a rating on a scale of 1 to 5 stars. How was your session? How was your workout? And if we get less than 4 stars, we're calling. We want to know what's up. You can see it. Everybody in the organization can see it. The coaches can see it. The owners can see it. It gives it full transparency for that accountability.
Yeah. Transparency and visibility into everything is, I think, so important. It's social accountability. And I think it's our name, man. Iron sharpens iron. If you don't, you're not going to do well within our organization if you don't like being held to, to standards of what your potential is. So.
Well, you found the right niche, my friend. So we did a little accountability session over the last 6 weeks. I didn't win, but what I did get to do during that process, you and your wife Tristan came on and said, hey, we're going to do 6 weeks, whoever can lose the highest percentage of body fat. Congrats to, who was it, Joe? Who won? Congrats to my buddy Joe. Yeah. Deserve that, brother. But one of the parameters was you wanted us to all do 3 ABT workouts per week. So in 18 athletic-based training workouts over a 6-week period. And so even though I'm in New York and you're in North and South Carolina, and I don't have any facilities up here, I jumped on And if you post your workout of your day or workout, the daily workout on Facebook, what I do 20 times or something, 21 times.
Yep.
So if anybody's watching this, certainly encourage you to go check that out, because that was eye-opening to me to be a part of this. Certainly you might have to warm up on your own, but that 35 minutes that they post in 3 minutes on Facebook will it's amazing how to do that. It will get you going. So I tried to pull up for today's, but it was making a lot of noise. But obviously what you mentioned, you break it into blocks, it rotates, you move through the session, the workout, you're sweating, you're all over the floor, get extra towels. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's right. That is right. Yeah, and I mean it's on our Facebook HQ page, all of our locations pages. So feel free to go check that out there as well.
Every morning at 4:45, Adam wakes up and posts them directly to every single Facebook page himself and posts them.
Yep, every morning. That's
all right.
Lie. Thank God for technology.
Yep. Storm Miller, where's the weather?
Oh, where is he?
I don't know, man. I think you're just gonna have to roll some credits.
All right. Later, man.
See ya.
All right, later.
I wanna see the light.
And I can't thank ISI and the family that it is enough. I still nitpick myself, but I no longer stand on the scale and cry and decide to skip meals because of a number on a scale.
I wanna see the light.
We're so different. We're like a family here. Once people walk through those doors, it doesn't matter if it's your first day, if it's your 100th day, everyone's gonna greet you, high five you, push you, motivate you.
It's people loving on one another. So it's real, it's not fake, like we're all just one big happy family. That's what I love most. It's all about that community of working together and just loving on each other.